Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus Dancing Gladiator today with more Deckworks. Today with Eve the Second Genesis. Alright, so to recap the last couple episodes, Cyberpunk was taking a pre-made deck and applying boosters towards modifying it. I actually still have to finish doing that. I got the cards sorted out. But anyway, Vi Schwartz was just building a deck wholesale out of boosters. And now we're at Eve. And for this, we will be looking at what decks could be made using the two starter sets. The Day of Darkness and the Great War. Where are the boosters for this game? I have no clue. For the life of me, I cannot find boosters remaining for this game. Period. There's plenty of starters, though. Fingers crossed for the auction this year. So, what we'll do is take a look at the starter sets and what cards could potentially be swapped between them. You have the Amarr. Their suggested start includes Empiric Tower. All attacking ships that have the patrol command get +X, where X equals their patrol power. And the recommended outer regions are Dam Torsad, Stain, and Metropolis. Searching your market for a location at the start of your turn. Put it in play. At that region, your opponents cannot play regions, and enemy ships cannot warp into your home region and pay for it to negate it. There are alternative options for towers include a Holder Tower. You may upgrade the starbase at any time you can play a news card. Extra defense but no income. And Reclamation Tower. At the beginning of your management phase, if any player's starbase shield is 20 or higher, every other player who controls at least one fewer regions than him or loses the game. So, 20 defense in your starbase. Everyone else needs to have less regions, and then that player wins. Or at least the ones lower end up losing. So what do we have to work with Amarr and what can be shared? You'll notice, like, on the side, the symbols, those factions can use that card. So, not Minmatar can use the Coercer. Only Amarr and Kaldari can use the Crucifier. Only Amarr and Galente can use the Executioner. Only Amarr can use the Guardian. So that's a guaranteed. That card has to go with them. We're going to use Amarr cards for the stack. But you get the idea. Spend all the time in the world going through these. Yeah. Oh, the starbase structures as well. Yeah, the whole limited faction stuff is an interesting approach to this game. The nice... And then there are locations where it's like they're pretty much all open to whatever faction you want to go with. So, in an actual tournament deck, you need 52 cards in your market, plus your home region star base of your choice, and your 3 outer regions. So if I wanted to work on Amarr as an option, I'd probably need to start looking through the other starter decks for Amarr cards. So what could I find in Kaldari that I could put into Amarr? Not a whole lot. The Ibis can go with any faction. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Kaldari Amarr overlap in the Kaldari deck. Ooh, power shortage. Return target starbase structure to its owner's hand. And then if you can time it and play something that makes them discard a card from hand. And hurt them that way. Advanced Shipyard. So ships cost 1 less. EMP Minefield. Market Research Lab is for everybody. Xeno Research Center. So at the very least, Amarr can pull the starbase structures out to add to their own. Oh, and more locations too. I believe everybody has the 3 Veldspar. It's free, it's extra money, it can go into your home region. A 4th copy, if you absolutely need it, is always an option. What about from Gallente? Galent, whatever. You can pull the Atron, both Atrons, the Catalyst, Celestis, and Cursus. Let's see. Glider, which goes for all the factions. Damage Control, Lost Deliveries, Mind Clash, Stubborn Mechanic, Center of Astrogeology, Labor Quarters for everybody, Legal Department, Sentry Gun for everyone, and of course the locations. Arcanor appears to be rare, so pulling that one might help. Yeah. And finally, what about from Minmatar? Because the Amarr pulled the Burst. Frigate with Ambush, not bad. The Hoarder, the Probe, the Reapers for everybody. Yeah. The Rupture. The Thrasher. Let's see. Gravity Storm. Destroy target starbase structure. It's way more effective. Guerrilla Warfare. Mind Control. It's weird they can't take... The early warning system is available to everybody except Amarr, which is interesting. I think it's because Amarr has so many patrol units. It doesn't really help. And another Sentry Gun. And of course all the locations from here too. So yeah, if I wanted to turn Amarr into a tournament legal deck, I'd be pulling ships from Gallente and Minmatar And the starbase structure is from Caldari. Yeah, it's weird. Caldari's the one with less overlap with the Mar. It's interesting. For each of the decks, I made a point to write down what's in them, just in case I need to reset them to their original settings. Now, we also pull the outer regions as well from the other starters. There are 6 outer regions that are not listed under the recommended for a given starter deck. So I want to feature these real quick. Eve Gate. Cost 6. Ships cannot activate their commands in this region. At the beginning of your turn, set aside the top card of your market until the end of this game. When you have set aside 10 cards this way, you win. So that's another victory condition. Yeah, every faction has one tower that affects the victory conditions for the game. So other than Eve Gate, we've got Mogul Tower for Caldari. At the beginning of your management phase, players who control at least 3 regions fewer than the player who controls the most lose the game. For Gallente, we have Monopoly Tower. At the beginning of your management phase, if one player controls the highest number of ships, the highest number of regions, and controls the starbase with the highest shield, he or she wins the game. And then finally, Minmatar Special. Coercion Tower. At the beginning of your turn, if one player has no ISK in their wallet, no cards in hand, and controls no outer regions, then they lose the game. Yeah, all the alternative victory towers cost 15. It's a pain in the ass to build up. But if you've got the right strategy for it, you can make it work. But yeah, other options for outer regions. Genunga Gap. Okay. Cost 1. Locations cannot leave this region or be played onto it. Pay 1 while you control it and put a location from any scrap heap onto it. So it's counting on locations getting discarded or destroyed to build it up. There's Keonoke Pit. Cost 3, can hold up to 4 locations. All locations in the region get +3 mining value, but all ships in the region are at -1/-1. It's dangerous, but lucrative. Lone Track. Cost 5. +3 money, 3 locations. When you play a ship, you may pay its printed price again to have it enter play docked and fully assembled. But you have to control it, of course. It's very nice. Very powerful. If you've got the money to make it work. Molden Heath. If you control this region at the beginning of your turn, the cost of upgrading starbase is reduced by 1 for each location in this region. It can hold up to 5 locations. It's also an extra 2 in income. And it only costs 3. It's not too bad, I think. And then finally, there's Serpentis Prime. Cost 2, generates 1 extra money, can hold 2 locations. When you play a ship, you may place it fully assembled into this region. If that ship leaves this region, it is destroyed. So you can place ships and have them show up to protect this region, but protecting that region is all they can do. They're not allowed to leave. Yeah, let's Okay, so let's go back to how I would modify the Amarr deck. So we have a decent amount of locations. We have some decent star-based structures. We have a good amount of news. But the important thing is, what do we have for ships? You have a destroyer, a 4/5, the Courser, 2 Crucifires, 2 Executioners, a Guardian, and 2 Emperors, 2 Inquisitors, an Omen, a Punisher, 2 Punishers, and 2 Tormentors. We have a grand total of 5, 10, 15 ships in a currently 43 card deck. We need to get to 52. So what else? What else do we throw in? The Courser is a good mid-level ship for kicking some butt. Guardian, Inquisitor, Omen, Punisher, Tormentor. So let's look at what ships we could take from the others. Let's see. Well, let's say I wanted to set up a way, a tournament deck versus tournament deck game, and I want to leave one of these the hell alone. So let's say it's going to be Amarr versus Kaldari. So we're going to leave Kaldari the hell alone, and we're going to try to take stuff that Amarr could take, provided it's not something that Kaldari could also take. So something like the Burst. There's like 2 bursts in there. Or the Hoarders. You can probably take those. Kind of surprised the Rupture is a Minmatar ship, but it's also available for Amarr to take. It's going to be a higher end ship, so we might also have to look into maybe throwing in a few more locations as well. So yeah, definitely the Rupture for sure, and maybe the probes for the Kamikaze, because that little surprise element is always nice. And then there's the mining as well. Or the Hoarder for extra money as well. So definitely those. Gravity Storms to go up against star-based structures. I mean, let's make sure I don't already have them, quite a bit already. See, there's no Gravity Storms, so there's an opportunity to expand out those capabilities. But yeah, it's just, just take the base deck, maybe pick some from like each of 2 other decks, and then modify the remaining deck using whatever stuff is available, and you can have a number of tournament deck showdown options to mess with. Again, just make sure to write down what's in the decks originally, and don't lose track of that. That way you can reset the deck just in case. But yeah, that's the deck works for Eve, the second Genesis. I have Um, two more videos that I'm going to do for this. The video after this is going to be for Cloud Fantasy. And the thing that's going to follow from doing the deck works for Cloud Fantasy is going to be a showdown between the two stacks that will get developed for that Deckworks episode. And then after that is going to be Soccer Arms. Soccer Arms was the first one that I did for the Showdown series. It's going to be the last one for Deckworks. And what I'm going to do is try to challenge myself by taking 9 pairs of goddesses and seeing what decks I would make out of each pair. And maybe making a tournament out of playing certain pairs against each other and seeing how well they turn out. Yeah. That's Deckworks for Eve. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus. I'll see you next time.